Yo, 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 we back. Super extra special episode of Talking Game. I'm your host, Anthony, LT, Yellow Tape King, King, Tony, whatever you call me, lets me know what I was on when you was fucking with me. And we're back with a super special episode with my girl Jeeves. What's up with you?
Nothing.
Hey, man, you doing good there?
Yeah, I'm fabulous.
All right, this wasn't in the list, but I just thought about it. Yeah, I'll be hitting you with those. How exciting is it that as soon as Women's College World Series over, you can roll right into AUSL?
Oh, I'm loving it. See, my only thing is I wish some of the players had more time to rest. I think it's the same thing with like WNBA. Like they get like a week. This was the day, it was like the day after. This was no time. Now granted, I don't think that was the case for anybody who was playing in the final two games, but still too much.
It was a,
Actually, I might be lying, but
yeah, that's a quick turnaround.
yeah, too much.
It was a quick turnaround. I think Sam Landry had what, a week, maybe
Yep.
a week, and they gave her that because the season started. Like if they wanted her to be opening day, it would have been less than that.
Yeah, it would have been like 4 or 5 days.
That's crazy. But that's baseball though. Like
Yeah.
just in general, like because the I've seen people go from the World Series. It was one pitcher, I forgot his name, but this was when the Royals was going back to back or
Mm-hmm.
going back to back years. He pitched in the College World Series and the MLB World Series in the same year. I was like, damn, that's pretty crazy, but dope at the same time.
It's cool, but it's like, I mean, just think about like all, especially for baseball, think about how much these players are getting hurt nowadays. It's like everybody's going down left and right. It's a little insane to me.
Yeah, I think I said this talking to Deuce, but I know I've been having this conversation a lot with baseball players. Just pencil in them missing a year for Tommy John now. Like
Pretty
you
much.
just factor that into their contract. It's like, all right, at one of these years, we're not going to have him.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
But that's I brought it up when I was talking to Deuce about it. That's why I would try and have these guys start hitting.
You know what? I wonder how big of a correlation there is between when pitchers were still hitting as much and them having to get Tommy John.
I wonder if that's it. I think it's just they throw so damn hard now.
Oh, for sure. It's definitely like from the time that they're young, it's definitely speed over spin, which I feel like for softball, it's the opposite. Like it's so much spin versus speed for softball players. And I know that movement is like a natural arm movement versus baseball, but still.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully. My son, he won't pitch at all. And I'm happy.
Really? What does he play now?
He plays first and center or left field. For some
They
reason, he don't like right field. I don't know why, but
Well, they did a video like when they were doing like all the women's college world series like behind the scenes stuff. They did a video on what they think is the easiest position to play. Do you think it's first base? Because I completely disagree.
I don't. I don't. I think I think the mental focus it takes at first base alone makes it harder because you're in on a lot of the action.
Everything.
Like, yeah, like it's always a play at first. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't think so. I'll be honest, one of the outfield, like corner outfields are the easier positions.
Ooh, corner. I was gonna say center field is the easiest.
No, center, you gotta cover more ground.
No, think about it. Center field, like, I don't know, maybe, yeah, center field, you have so much room versus like left and right field, the ball usually is like tailing and you have to watch out for so much of the wall. Like, not only do you have to watch out for the back wall, you got to watch out for side walls. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I'm corner outfields because think about it though, right? Like back when the World Series, you didn't have the universal DH, right? You're probably, and it's crazy because you can say the same for first, but like that DH, They probably trying to throw you in left field to hide you though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's harder, and I think that's why like a lot of left and right fielders have a lower fielding percentage than center fielders.
Mm. Those walls can be scary and tricky. I didn't think about that. And now I'm thinking about the factor of every fucking field being different.
Yes.
Like I
And then
didn't think about that. Like now I'm going through this exercise in my mind. And I'm like, you're right. The field is the field in center field.
mhm, exactly. You
But
have so
like,
much. It's like you're going back, you're going forward, you have, and then the only thing you really have to worry about on the sides is running into your teammates. But like, you're not worried about running into the wall because if you get too far, your left or right fielder should theoretically catch whatever is falling there.
yeah. Cause I like honestly, I'm thinking about the crazy ass right field that the Red Sox have.
Hmm.
Which we can have a conversation about short porches later. Just different shit. I feel like I forgot where it is. I think the Diamondbacks left field is super short, like from the foul line to the wall. Damn, you're right. Center field might be the easiest, and they get glorified. They get so much glory, like, oh, you're the captain of the outfield.
Because you usually have like your fastest, one of your fastest players in center field. And so like the catches that look great and like are hard to make, like yes, they're still hard to make, but they are easier for them because they are
Yeah,
quick.
this is true. This is true. Damn, see, that's why I like these conversations. You got me going. You got me going. I gotta real quick, and we might have talked about this. Are all the outfields in softball the same?
Mm, For the most part, I think the most is like 235. But it depends because nowadays a lot of them are getting newer fields. So like Love's Field where OU plays is like a brand new stadium. And so a lot of those fields, most of the fences are made out of the same thing though. They're like that gate fence. And then I think in Oklahoma you have like depending on what because if you're playing at Devon Park, I think they usually put the same material. So I think for the most part, you have a similar material. You might have like an extra wall behind some of them.
Okay, so you don't have like the weird right field like the Red Sox or stuff like that.
No, there's some places where I feel like they have like a brick or like shorter distance between the foul pole and like the stands, or maybe like, but it's not as like drastic as MLB.
Okay, I feel you. Um, eh, I guess that's cool. You remember the Astros used to have a hill in center field?
Ridiculous.
It was a pole first.
Yes, ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I would,
Some of those fields are so like so unsafe. Like
hey, they feel like it's the home field advantage, I guess, man. I guess. But shout out to the Astros, cheating bastards. All right, let's talk. Let's get into my line of questions, man. Let's get into my line of questions. So the first one I want to ask you, which team impressed you the most throughout the College World Series?
uh ooh. I'm probably gonna have to go with Ole Miss and then the Ducks.
Really?
Yeah. I like Ole Miss really like way back in the very beginning of the season, I was like, oh, okay, they were showing some promise. I really liked Aaliyah Binford. Like she used to pitch at Baylor before she transferred to Ole Miss. And I was like, okay, I'm liking this. I saw their super regional and I was like, oh, okay. Like, I was surprised that they made it out of that super regional. And then same with the Ducks. Like I thought they were gonna lose. Like I
Yeah,
think
too.
yeah, I thought they were gonna lose. I did not think they were making it out of there. But those two teams for sure. And then the Ducks, the Lushar sisters, like I'm not gonna lie, I did not watch as much of them before the Women's College World Series, and I was thoroughly impressed at how they kind of like fed off of each other. I'm pretty sure they're like back to back in the lineup. Like they just like would get things going for their team. And then Ole Miss, Aaliyah Binford was just she came in clutch in quite a few moments. So I was very surprised.
Baller. I was
Mhm.
surprised by that. I was surprised by that. I'm not gonna lie. I did not expect you to say those. That's why I didn't want the answers. Right there. Right there. All right. On the flip though, because there's two sides to every coin.
Mhm.
Which teams disappointed you the most?
Texas.
No, Texas?
I know
Team,
that's gonna yeah,
team that won?
correct. I know that's gonna be like a that I know that's a shocker. Okay, here's
You
my
know I post stuff like this on
yes,
social media. God.
Texas.
Have you
I
they
love
got to
Texas.
cut up.
I know. I love Texas. And I said this before. It's the defense. I just they there were so many times where I just felt like it was destined for them to win. I do think that they played great games, but when it came down to it, it was just like, what are you doing?
It was a lot of foolishness though. It was. And I feel like the only thing that saved them was Texas Tech, they're not a high power offensive team.
Correct.
Like if they would have done that against almost anybody else,
Correct.
they probably would have been runner up again.
Yes, that's the thing is that like even though they played phenomenally, like to be honest, like the day they played OU that day before the semifinal game, I was so impressed with like Tegan Kavan and how much they made very minimal errors in that game. I think they made maybe one error that whole game.
Yeah.
It was great. And then same when they played Tennessee. But then you get to playing Texas Tech, and it's like there's
That
balls getting hit to first base, and you're tossing at nobody. Like,
yeah, it was amateur, some of it,
yes,
and it reminded me of what you were saying, how they lost what 16-2 or 18-2 in the SEC tournament. And you can see how games like that happen. I I can't be disappointed in the champion though. Jeez. I mean, damn. They did enough to win.
they
Uh,
did. But is it's like a little bit of both. It's like you could do enough to win, but teams also did a lot to lose.
they did. And it's crazy to listen to the telecast and hear the commentator say that the coach for Texas Tech, we can't give up 4 or 5 runs or we're gonna lose. And they give up 5 in the first inning. It's like, oh shit, well, we know what's going on here. And I've watched enough Texas Tech to see there wasn't a powerhouse, scoring wise. So, but disappointed. I'm just gonna give you this real quick. During the playoffs, I asked this question, and my cousin's answer was the OKC Thunder. And this was after they won by 50 points. They cut them up. So just know they be cutting up. All right.
I
So
just think anybody who watches
nah,
Texas softball like will completely understand what I mean. Like it's not it's like there's a level disappointment is maybe not completely the right word, but it's just there was just so many little mistakes that could have gone wrong.
no, I totally get it. If you were sitting there on the edge of your seat because they was fucking up over and over again, you understand. They have to understand what you were saying.
Yeah,
And
it's to the point where like they were about to run rule Texas Tech
they were, yeah.
and like it was like this game should be over.
Yeah, and you gave them life. And I'm so glad Texas Tech didn't get ruled though. That
Correct.
as somebody who is an avid sports fan, when we get to the nitty-gritty, I need to see as much of the last little bit as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like don't cut this short.
Yeah, I do think that I mean I've asked this before too. Like I think we should get rid of the run rule because we still have it in AUSL and AUSL too. I think you need to get rid of it.
I was gonna ask you that, like seeing games in baseball where I think last week, and it's not 10 runs, but
Mhm.
Like the Diamondbacks came back from
Oh,
like 6 or 7 runs on the Braves, right? Like
yeah,
that has to make you feel like we can do that in softball.
yeah.
This is a big spread though.
Texas Tech was pretty close. They they could have done it. They could have
Yeah.
done it. I mean, I think a couple more errors and easily they could have taken that game.
Yeah, but that was the biggest issue though. Texas Tech was relying on Texas mistakes instead of creating their own opportunities.
Yeah. But I think that's part of Texas Tech's game is they create so much chaos that kind of forces the players to like the other teams to make those little mistakes, and that's how they capitalize. That's when they score the one extra, two extra runs.
Which I can feel that, but transfer portal's open. Go get some bats.
Yeah. I
Yeah, no.
I think it's happening. I don't know if you saw, but like Taylor Panel, I think she played second base for Tennessee. She's in the transfer portal. She's got like a do not contact tag, and everyone's speculating that she's going to Texas Tech.
That's
That
that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be cool. Shout out to Najee getting that payday
good for her.
for sure. Boy, people hating. And we know which people it is. We're gonna keep it moving though. But we that's what you call a segue. Do you feel like Texas Tech should have gave Kennedy a break
Yeah,
um from pitching?
they,
Uh would you have given her like a start, like a get like how would you have played that though?
I think maybe not start her for game three and and then bring her in if you have the lead. But I think Texas seeing her 3 days in a row, um, it really was the odds were very much in her favor, in Texas's favor. Like, yeah.
I think the opposite. I think you sit her game one. I
Mm,
think you give her the break in game one, and then game 2 and 3, you got your ace for the eliminations. If you're down, Be- because
that's,
if you're up, now you got her coming in to close out. You know,
but
but
then do you
the other
face
thing was,
the same thing
but then that's
pitching 2 days in a row?
huh?
You face the same thing throwing her 2 days in a row.
Yeah, but that's only 2 days in a row. You did 3 days. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, the 2 days isn't an issue.
Hmm.
3 days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was like you said, the 3 days, and I didn't think about it until somebody commented on my TikTok. That was like, "Oh, Texas is going to be ready for her tomorrow. They've seen her 3 days in a row." And as soon as I read that comment, I was like, "They have." And I don't
Hmm.
give a damn how good you are.
Hmm.
If you see a test 2 days in a row, the third day you're going to do better on the test. And Texas did better on the test. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe have her start game one or a reliever. I don't know. Of course you could play hindsight, but
I think the problem is how they play the games. And they fixed it a little bit with the bracket for like the earlier parts of the games, but I think that they should get a day in between each game for the champ series. I don't think they should play all three games back to back.
that's coming. That's coming. That's coming. More money, more eyes. They're gonna want players to be as fresh as possible to put the best product out there. They're definitely gonna start putting days in between those games,
Well, because they used to play games two and three on the same day.
which is crazy.
Hmm.
Diabolical. First of all,
Hmm.
being at fields for double headers is tough. I don't care if it's 7 innings or not. It is tough. But we shall dang Texas Tech. I went from Oklahoma to Texas Tech just for 2 days, 3 days. I
Yeah.
made sure I let everybody know. I'm
I
assuming.
knew this was Texas's year, though.
You
They,
did.
they needed to.
Wait, hold on, time out. Hold up. Because I went back with the intention of reposting you picking Texas. But when I went back, did my little research, you said if Oklahoma didn't win, You were picking Florida.
Okay, here's my thing is that like I really thought Florida could pull it out, and that's only because of like maybe like the Kendra Falbys and the like they have such a stacked lineup. They literally were at one point, I think, leading the league like in home runs.
Yeah.
I just the thing with them is that they do the same thing that like Texas does or that Texas Tech does is that sometimes like they lean too much on one arm. Like Keegan Rothrock, who she got hurt earlier in the season, and so they had to lean on some of their other pitchers like Ava Brown, and it it worked well when they were like utilizing everybody. But then once you start to see those same two people, one, two, back to back to back, everybody's like, "Well, I've seen you all season." The 90% of the field was SEC teams. They've seen you. Like,
This is true. True. And
yeah,
like I'd say, when I'm talking to any of my kids about something, like they're going against somebody they seen before. Ain't nothing you ain't seen before.
yeah.
Let's handle it. Ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing new. Yeah, but you on wax saying Florida. You on, you on wax saying Florida. Do you
Faith,
think
faith.
it's all good? Do you think Texas is built to go on like a dynastic run to be a dynasty?
Mm, that's kind of a tough one. Yes and no. I think the I think they will be better next year than they were this year fielding wise because they lost their shortstop to ACL tear, which is a whole nother story similar to the Tommy John situation with players just going down for ACL tears all the time. But Vivi Martinez not being at shortstop is what kind of put a lot of that pressure, I think, on like Leanne Good and Katie Stewart, who they were like moving around at on that middle infield. And then I think that was a lot of it, but a lot of their players are returning. So I think them having been there, one, and Tegan's only going to get better. But that also being said, everybody else is also going to get better. So yes and no. I think it really just depends.
Mia Scott coming back, or is she a senior?
Oh, she's done. Yeah, she's done. She's not playing pro ball either.
Really?
She said no. She declined. She was supposed to be one of the drafts for AUSL.
I
Like,
look, middle of the championship game, the final game, I text you. Yo, this girl is good. And she smacks the grand salami. So hey, hopefully, they can entice her somehow, some way. The sport needs people like her. I mean, they're good, you know.
yeah. I think she needs a break. Like I think for people who maybe haven't watched her whole journey, she started out I mean, she's a utility player. Like she played center field. She played pretty much all over. Like there was a game earlier where she played all nine positions in the at the end of the season against Kentucky. But like I don't know. Like
Come on, come on. Maybe she just needs to rest her ACL, get back healthy,
yeah.
for some time away from the game, realize how much she missed it. That's just me hoping. That's just me hoping.
Mike
Because
Tyson said the same thing. He was like, I hope she misses it enough to come back like and play.
think about like you watch sports. Something
Hmm.
stand out on the field or court. Or just, she does.
Hmm.
She's a baller for sure. So hopefully. Um, what team in the field that didn't win, maybe not even went to the College World Series at all, do you think can get hot, put the pieces together, and make a run next year?
I want to say Arkansas so bad, but there's something about that they have not been able to make it out of the super regional. Like I think they've hosted three. They haven't been able to make it out. Um, Everyone thought this was the year. It's kind of crazy to watch. Like I think they've they've made it to super regionals like maybe 5 of the last 7 years or something like that, and have not been able to. And I think they've hosted 3 of them, and this is their, or maybe, yeah, either their second or third time hosting, and this is the third time they've gotten beat, which is insane. Which is why I was really surprised that Ole Miss came out of that super regional.
Yeah. Sheesh.
But yeah, I want to say them so bad, but I think, well, I guess I can't say Ole Miss coming out of nowhere because it wouldn't be out of nowhere. Uh,
Ole Miss
I don't.
didn't get that far. I mean, you can go Ole Miss. I mean, they're still part of the field.
Yeah, yeah. They should have won that first game. I think they should have won.
I can see that. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. The one thing I do like about softball, and I'm not trying to like, I want to be taken the wrong way when I say this, is hey, sometimes it gets a little leagueish. Like the
Oh,
way, like it's like, but it's fun though, like just watching the chaos of softball. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we
and
started with Texas.
it's funny when people say that though, because it's like it's true, but a lot of the reason why is because everything is so close together, and so you really don't have a lot of time to make a decision. Like if you are trying to throw somebody out you get a ball at third base, you don't have as much time as you do if you field a ball at third base in baseball. You maybe have a couple seconds to gather yourself
Yeah.
and then throw the ball in baseball. You gotta make like a split decision.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because DJ LeMahieu, every time he feels the ball, I don't know, you know what he does? He has
He,
enough time to wipe his hand off. Like he literally just yeah. If that's not happening on the softball field,
no,
that's
which
not
I understand the errors, but sometimes it's like you do this so much. It's muscle
it's
memory.
still yeah, exactly. It's still you still practice this. And you guys are at the time, I mean it's higher levels now. That was
Mhm.
considered probably the highest level of softball. Come on, guys, get it together.
Mhm.
Throw the damn ball right. I love it though, man. But you got me and Deuce. My
I know.
boy,
I'm so happy about it.
yeah. I told him on the pod, we're all gonna get on and do
I
one.
know people keep DMing me about like they're like, oh yeah, like I'm watching more softball. I'm like, oh, thank you. I'm glad.
He SEC Network, ESPN, MLB Network.
I'm
She
all for it to be the personality hire.
she is bringing people to the sport, man. Come on. Um, well, another segue. I didn't even realize this was the next question I had. We're about a week into the ASL League. What's your early take on it?
I'm loving it. It's like really nice to see some of the players that you haven't seen in a while, like Sierra Romero and her sister Sydney. Now they're playing for different teams, but and then even seeing like Sam Landry come in. I mean, I know she lost, but like seeing those players like kind of get to the next level and seeing the crowds packed is really, really nice. I can't wait for them. I know that right now they're like testing out, like they're doing like a 10 city tour so that they can kind of see the interest and testing out what teams they or what cities they maybe want to do team ties to. But I think it's like really nice just to see like all the little girls in the stands and like just people trying to find out how to watch the games is great.
It is great. And it was cool to see how quickly they got a TV deal done. Because when I talk to you, first of all, you clearly need to be hired. You're an insider. They did not break the news that the MLB was going to back it. That was crazy when I got on Instagram and seen it a couple of days later. Um, dang, that made me forget what I was about to say. I was like, what the fuck? I looked, I was like, how did she know this?
Well, I was just like, it needs to happen. It's the perfect time. It like
Yeah.
makes so much sense. Like the NBA is finally giving all the support like to the W, and it just felt like it made sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but the TV, like instantly they got the ESPN contract done. They have MLB TV done. and that's great. The funny thing I was thinking about today, just random thoughts I was having is MLB's pulling out of ESPN,
Oh,
but no softball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's why you don't burn bridges in business, I guess. Like that's crazy. But I love it. I love that it's accessible.
I
What,
still need them to add a tab in the ESPN app. They have not done that yet, but I
see,
need them to add a tab.
give them time, man. Those
There's a tab for cricket.
it
They have,
is.
yes, they need a tab.
In cricket's defense, though, is one of the biggest sports in the world.
Well, yes, but still.
Don't do the cricket like that.
Okay,
I
yes.
got a Jamaican homie that tell you chill out. Um, outside of ESPN's tab, what improvements would you make to the league right now? Just looking real quick.
I mean I think they're doing a good job. Like they're the stadiums are packed. They're like you the commentators. I mean I feel like it's kind of the same people, but I feel like that's the same for like basketball and everything. I would love to hear some like fresher like maybe some younger talent like come on
You
the
plug
scene.
yourself.
Um I don't know if I'm there yet, but like I think like maybe some players like maybe if Mia Scott was interested, like have her come to she hates talking to the press though, so that's not happening. But um like that like stuff like that, like players who maybe are like I'm good with not playing pro or whatever, like those kind of players.
AJ, yeah, AJ Andrews.
Yes, like come on. Like I don't think she's done any games. Like I know she's got a deal with MLB Network, so she's doing a lot of those.
Yeah,
But I wish she would do a game. Like her sister's playing. Like
that'd be pretty dope.
yeah, her sister's playing in AUSL. Like get her to cover one of Aaliyah's games. Like it would
You
be
know
great.
what? You know what would be cool? They probably wouldn't have the time or wouldn't want to. Some of these college coaches, they'll
Hmm.
call a game and they'll give good insight. Like when I'm watching, like now I've reached a level, well, a point where if I'm watching the sport that I'm watching, if I have the volume up, because I want to learn something, like
Hmm.
show me, like if I'm watching basketball, show me, oh, they ran this back cut to get this guy open over here. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care about the play by play. I can form my own opinions about what I'm watching. So like coaches will definitely give like a different insight of why things are happening on the field.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good idea. I think I agree. I think like, maybe get a Jerry Glasgow and Mike White like going at
Yeah.
the same time and doing oh would I have done this, what would you have done, like that
And they don't got to do every game. Have them do the Sunday night game.
little special guest.
Oh, I don't know how that worked for NCAA though. That might be recruiting.
Yeah, conflict of
Yeah.
interest.
You
Yeah.
can't be mad because they like me. Um, out of the four teams, you picked a favorite team yet?
Yes, it's the vaults. I mean, I'm like it's the vaults. Like I just feel like they have to me one of the best squads. Like even if you just like outside of like Michaela Edenfield and Sam Landry, like I just feel like the whole squad is like overall it's a nice team.
I'm fucking with the Volts too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get a Blaze jersey though for Aaliyah. I'm gonna have to. Like that's the thing that's crazy. That's the fun part about it being new. You know,
Hmm.
I don't gotta necessarily pledge my allegiance, but have you? Oh well, no, I did. You said the Volts. You have.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going with they to me also I think they have the best jerseys.
Ah, you think so?
Yeah, I mean, I like them. I don't know if I necessarily like any of the jerseys, but if I had to pick, if I
Yeah.
had to pick one of
Well,
them,
yeah,
yeah,
none
I
of
like
them
their
are.
team the most, I guess.
Yeah, I will say this, and I've learned this just watching, coming up, well, watching like my daughter come up. Softball teams have the best jerseys.
I agree.
Like y'all can get sporty. Y'all can add stuff, cheetah print,
Yeah.
all kind of colors.
Mhm.
It gets pretty good. It gets pretty good.
Like Texas's all white uniforms are my favorite. Now, do I like playing in all white uniforms? Absolutely not, but they're so pretty to watch. like to watch.
Baseball and softball should not be played in white pants.
No, never. But they are so nice to like watch. Like they're just nice and clean. I like their burnt orange ones too. Those are cute. Ole
Okay.
Miss is like I think they have like this the baby blue ones.
Yes, they
Those
do.
are cute. Um, I
Oregon, Oregon, we coming with it.
yeah, I like their all black, the all black.
They're fine.
But those are nice for. I could never wear those in a day game. Like a night game, yes, but a day game is crazy.
For sure, for sure. Coming off the lights, hitting it on that's
Yeah.
just that is fire. That is fire. You want to talk Yankees a little bit?
Oh, yeah. Everybody keeps talking about this potential like Mets Yankees World Series trying to manifest that. I just don't know if I see it.
Listen, listen. I want the Mets to break the Mariners record for wins. I want the Mets to have the MVP. I want them to have the manager of the year. I hope Senga wins the Cy Young. I hope I just hope all these great things happen so the Mets can get to the ALCS and fucking get swept. Okay? I can't
Yeah, I was like, where is this going? Because I was like,
I want this roller coaster to go so high.
that's crazy
I
that you
I do.
their downfall.
I do. I do. In the midst of like one of the questions you was answering, my friend just texted me and said Soto's batting 253 now and 13 home runs. Oh yeah, sweet, sweet. Yes. Get hot. How does Fish Creek shuffle? He brought the shuffle back. And the Mets gonna met it.
So funny. I think they could.
You better not.
think they could. I think they could do it. I went to a Mets game with Emily.
I, s-
Um,
I saw.
yeah, that's where I mean, Soto hit a home run that game. I I
You
don't know.
you've been infected. You went to
Yeah.
Queen and got infected. You went, you got you some concession food, and now it's all. Have you seen they clone Tyrone? You've been cloned. Congratulations.
All right, now I'm not saying I'm going. I'm like Team Mets over the Yanks, but like it's just
Nah, I'm messing with you. Nah, look, the Mets are good, man. And the thing that has impressed me the most about the Mets is I had a lot of questions about their rotation, and their pitching staff has the lowest ERA in baseball.
it's insane.
Like I really had questions about it. But I also had questions about the Yankee staff, and we've been pretty fucking good.
Yeah, yeah. Can it hold up? I hope so.
I don't know if it can hold up.
Yeah. What do you think both teams need to do before the trade deadline?
The Yankees just got to get healthy and let the chips um fall where they lay. I think because think DJ's been looking decent. I like what DJ's been doing at second base. I was talking about that yesterday. I think he was hurt all last year.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So Jazz is smooth at third base.
Mhm.
And that was an issue that we had at third base.
Yeah.
I was pissed at signing Paul Goldschmidt. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah, because he was older than Anthony Rizzo. So I was like, what was the point? But the Yankees saw how he got hot at the end of last year, and that's carried over.
Yeah, he's having one of his best seasons in a long time.
So I think we'll be okay. Maybe more bullpen. You'll never have enough arms, but I like our lineup better than last year.
Yeah, poor Rizzo. What he was I mean, I know he was still wait did I don't even know what ended up happening. He was still waiting to get signed. I don't know.
Not in the league, man. That was a
Um
big fall from grace.
yeah, I don't know.
What do you think the Yankees need?
Whew. I mean, I think they need to get hot and stay hot. Like everybody always talks about playoff Judge. Like it's true. It's like you see the numbers. Like he hits well all year, and then all of a sudden it's a slump, and it's like you cannot do that. Like it's as simple as that. Like you can't do that. I don't necessarily think they need to go out and get anything else. I
Yeah.
think they just need to get hot and stay hot.
I think I agree. We were talking about it last night. My cousin thinks this is the year Judge balls out in the playoffs.
I truly hope so. And
I
if they do that, this is the year they win.
I hope he does. Um he does have a different focus about him though. Like he's like you seen the home run he hit against the Royals
Mhm.
for 96 or whatever, 469 or whatever. So, like I say, I like watching and listening to commentary where they're like giving you game. The guy from MLB Network looked at Aaron Judge take a strike and he was like, when he swings the bat, it's going far. Like his plate discipline has reached a whole nother level.
I really do think he's worked on something. Like he's not swinging at as many strikes out of the zone, and he's not just making contact to send it out of the yard. He's
Yeah.
also making contact for singles, like for extra bases. Like I think that is the difference.
I've seen multiple hitters, especially and the two of them got over 600 home runs. You got King Griffey and A-Rod in separate settings say home runs are accidents.
Yeah,
They were like, and they made a lot of accidents, made a lot of mistakes,
yeah,
but just focus on driving the ball. The home runs are going to come, and that's what he's been doing. I think I will say this: I'm gonna give the other 22 some credit. I think a season with the
yeah,
shuffle guy showing them how to take professional at bats has helped. I really do. I think it helped. Yeah, yeah. Not saying his name. Only 22 we acknowledge is Benjamin Arose. Um, but Luis Hill's coming back.
yes.
Stan has already hit a
I
home run. We have.
know.
Yeah. I have a question for you that I asked last night. Does Jason Dominguez start in left field in the playoffs?
Uh, mm,
It's tricky because
yeah,
balling at center field.
yeah,
Probably go Cody at left.
yeah.
You got Judge. I mean, Judge is clearly in right field. DH is either gonna be Ben Rice or Stan, right?
Yeah, I mean, I love that Ben Rice is having a year, but it's gotta be Big G. I don't know.
It does. Hey,
It,
a lot of people don't like John Carlos Stanton. My
which
da-
is
my dad is he hates him, and he's the reason I'm a Yankees fan. He feels like he gets paid too much to be a DH. I agree, but that's the Yankees' fault.
look at Juan Soto. Now I know he's playing in right field right now, but
Yeah.
how long is that gonna happen
Oh,
for?
he's gonna. Oh man, he's gonna. What's crazy about that contract is the what after 5 years when that option kicks in, he's gonna get paid more money to do less work.
Yes, no one paid, and like it's just so funny because no one paid Juan Soto for his fielding percentage. Like that's not what anyone paid him for. It was clearly for the bat, and I just feel like right now it's like okay, he's doing good. I know he's had a couple web gems, but th
Think that's gonna be consistent?
no.
Hell no, especially when it get cold. Boy, it's hard to want to get out there and run around in Queens when it's cold. You know what I'm saying? Especially get a Subway series like they hoping. All the games being in New York. We gonna see, man. But I am worried about Luke Weaver.
Yeah.
Because Devin Williams fucking sucks. Um, after the ninth inning, his ERA is over 10. Did you know that?
Oh my God, I saw that stat, and I was just like, "There's no way."
Can we get Nasty Nestor back, please?
I
Please.
don't think New York would ever forgive him, which is funny because it really wasn't his fault.
It wasn't. It wasn't. You put my boy in an impossible
Yeah,
situation.
it wasn't his fault.
Not his fault. It's not his fault. But I think we'll be okay. I'm more excited about the Yankees today than I was opening day.
You know what? Yeah, I can agree with that.
I am. Still kind of worried about Detroit. Gleyber Torres grew a beard,
Oh, yeah.
learned how to play better. Um,
Oh, isn't that insane?
I, well,
He's
well,
like
well,
crap.
Jeeves, well, Jeeves. I don't know, man. Maybe he was more free. I will say this about Gleyber Torres. Every year being in trade conversations got to be worrisome.
Yeah, terrible.
Oh, but Cashman, we should have sent his ass to Pittsburgh for Garrett Cole in like 2017. So, like I say, some of the issues the Yankees have is the Yankees' fault.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like John Carlos Stanton gets hurt because you traded for him and you should have put him in left field, but you made him a DH. He was an MVP in the outfield. He can do it, I promise.
Hmm.
Made him a DH. We got Garrett Cole a couple years too late because we held on to Gleyber Torres, and now we don't got a Gleyber Torres. What are we doing? But
Or Cole, really, temporarily. I mean, I know he'll be back, but
that's my yeah. That's my gonna be my biggest what if of the 2025 Yankee season. Is like, what if we had Garrett Cole?
yeah.
Because my bet is next year we get Garrett Cole and Rodon turns back into which he low key did the other night. Got touched up. So curses. But that's baseball, man. That's baseball. Hey, we might have to flip Dominguez for Sandy Alcantara.
I don't. You think he's gonna leave? I don't see him leaving.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I
Who
think.
wants to stay in Miami? I mean, other than the city.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I just feel like you build around him. Like I just don't see what I know. I don't know.
You see, we got. I gotta set this up, me, you, and Deuce, because
Yes,
you,
Maria.
you and that man have way too much faith in an organization that has never done the right thing. They have never
You know
done the
what? That's fair.
right thing.
That's fair. That's fair.
I get the logic.
Yes. Yes.
I get what you're saying, but they have never. I'm gonna tell you, like I told Deuce last week. This is an outfield that had Ozuna, Yelich, and Stan,
Yeah.
and none of them left in free agency.
Yeah.
All were traded away.
Rated. Yeah. Okay. See, this is the thing. Is like theoretically, like it's just like, why would you? Yeah. I don't know.
A good question. Why? But as a Yankees fan, they always do good business with us.
That's true.
So I'm never mad at the Marlins being incompetent. If you if you want to give us what do we give for John Carlos Stan? Starling Castro
Yeah.
for an MVP? And
Yeah.
you want to pay the first and last year of this $30 million? Yeah, 30 million a year. Yes. Thank you, Derek Jeter.
I mean, I just think like you don't get any upside really by trading Sandy. Like it just doesn't make any sense, but they don't ever make any sense.
Marlins.
Speaking of, what are your thoughts on the Rockies? Because they need to do something.
Rocky should sell. They should make the owner sell.
Ah, yeah.
They
They,
should like that's the only answer I have. They should make the owner sell. And Chris Bryan should have to pay some of the money to charity. Because where is Chris? I haven't seen a picture of Chris Bryant since COVID. Okay. I don't know what he looks like anymore. I don't know what Chris Bryant looks like anymore. Where is he? He's probably in South America on ayahuasca, living his best life. I don't know. My boy did I got a ring. I done
yeah,
got paid. I don't care about Hall of Fame. I don't care about that.
yeah.
Which I don't know. The Rockies are terrible.
Yeah. I mean, they did win a series.
Did against the Marlins, the team that you think was going to do the right thing with
I knew it was gonna come back to that.
against the Marlins. But they did beat the Yankees.
Yes, they did.
Boone, that's on you, Boone. No, I'm joking. Yo, dude sold my ass out. He circled back around this week about the post I made about us talking about Aaron Boone.
Oh,
And was pissed. Was pissed. Hey man.
I like got a glimpse at that, and I was like, I'll come back and read this later.
Oh, please go back. It got personal, man, but it is what it is. I think
Davis.
the Rockies, they should sell, man. I feel like I hate teams that don't try and win, bro. I really do.
But they're
Like,
still like they're making money. Like they still have people in the stands. Like it's like the White Sox.
no, well, third baseline tickets are $17.
Hey,
I mean, that's, you're gonna get people in the stands. I don't know how much. I guess you're gonna make money, right? That's the one thing about any sports franchise. They don't lose money, like, and that's just what it is. But that's why I feel like it should be something that penalizes losers and incentivizes winning more. Other than just the fact of being a winning franchise gets you more money anyway. Like going to the playoffs, merch, all that stuff.
thoughts. What do you think about because since MLB is current, I don't think this is going to be like a long-term thing. The MLB AUSL partnership, I think it's like, definitely like a launching point, and then they'll kind of step into the background. At least that's my thought. I think it'll be like a long-term partnership, but I don't think it will be as like prominent as it is right now because it's still like in the building phase. Kind of how I feel like the NBA W scenario is. Like they've gotten a lot of support, but it's not the main focus anymore. Okay, now with the AUSL trying to find like host cities, thoughts on if they were to use MLB fields, like do you think that that's even would that even be like a feasible option, or does that even make sense?
I like the idea for the league because you have somewhere to go,
Yeah.
you know, and it's places that people come to see ball being played. My question is for, I guess, softball don't really have people in the outfield like that, huh? Because I'm thinking about like seating, right? Like you will want people sitting in the outfield as well.
Yeah.
So like they would have to figure that part of it out because the field's so much smaller.
Yeah. My thoughts are because so like what they do at Devon Park, which is like Hall of Fame Stadium that they play at in Oklahoma, they use like a shorter thing for college games, and then for when they play like if like Team USA plays there, they use the standard like international um
Okay.
the international fence. So that one's further back. So they build in those stands in the outfield
Okay.
for the Women's College World Series. I mean, that could be possible. I think to me, it's more feasible than like building a bunch of new softball
Oh
stadiums.
yeah, and it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
And it's a
Then
way that
versus just using right now, they're using a lot of college stadiums.
yeah, I think that'd be good. And kind of how the WNBA, when they first started, created ties with their teams because the Rockets had the Comets, the
Yes.
Magic had the Miracle, the Hornets had the Sting, which is pretty cool how they played off the names of the teams too. It
Mhm.
gives a easier brand recognition.
Yeah.
You can do similar color schemes.
Mhm.
Like it'd be easier to. Yeah, actually, it makes sense to me across the board to do it like that. And they're baseball cities already,
Yeah.
baseball softball cities. You know, what four cities should get a team? Should get one of the teams. I know New York, LA, obviously.
Yeah, I think those are, I mean, those are easy. Hmm, that's
You go Oklahoma, right?
yeah, it has to be Oklahoma. But there's no baseball team out there. Unless you use minor league stadia. But Florida for sure. Gotta be maybe like Tampa,
Mm, yeah,
Orlando, Miami.
definitely.
Yeah,
We need
Miami.
Orlando. We need Orlando. No, no.
Orlando? Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
Orlando. Do
Orlando.
Orlando.
Yeah, you know Florida. I barely know them cities in Florida. Y'all y'all got over there.
We need that here in Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando, and then um probably a cold city. Got to be like maybe Chicago. I that seems unorthodox, but
Nah, that'd be cool. Because
yeah.
you got to deal with all the elements.
Yeah,
So,
probably Chicago.
oh well, they play in the summer, so you don't really got to deal with the cool anyway.
Yeah, but you need like a spring train. Like, well, I guess they'll play somewhere else for spring and then start the season. But
That'd be cool. Yeah, you got to go major markets first. So, New York, LA, Chicago. They probably do Miami, the sexy town. Ah. Miami and all its glitz. We here with Mickey Mouse.
yeah, well,
But that might bring them too, though. Like the wide world of sports right here at Disney.
true.
That's a perfect, is a complex built ready for you.
hmm
So that'd be cool. That'd be cool. You going to a game? Got that planned out yet?
I am actually going. Well, I probably won't make it to an AUSL game because all the places they're playing in are very random, like Sulphur, Louisiana. Like they're not random; they're very specific. But they're. I'm not going to probably go out there.
It's
But
a little Chitlin circuit vibes. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit. It's a little bit. I'll be honest. It's talking game. We keep it real.
kinda, yeah, that's pretty much. But I will. I am gonna try to make it to Oklahoma City Spark and New York Rise game because they're playing here in New York in I think in sometime in either July or early August. So that's my plan. I'm gonna catch like Shanice Dells, who used to play for Arkansas,
Okay.
pitches for the New York Rise, and then a whole host of OU, like the Jocelyn Allo, Jada Coleman. They play for the Spark, so hoping to catch that game.
It's a long term play for those two leagues to come together.
I hope so. I hope I so a lot. There, a lot of them are owned independently, so they don't even. There's like two teams that are independently owned, and then I think there's four that are part of WPF. I don't know what their long-term game is, especially with the backing from MLB for AUSL. I'm hoping that they turn it into like some sort of league expansion at some point, or maybe use them and like kind of flip it into like maybe a minor league like kind of farm system and funnel players into there to kind of have a developmental league, which would hope for the like the W to end up having in the future too, because I just feel like they're working on that. But I that is what I would hope for like long term.
Yeah, I think minor league, that's way down the line.
Way off. It's
Yeah, it takes a whole nother infrastructure for that. But I do think what you say, the six teams and that'll get you to 10. You kind of need that because you don't want a 1970s basketball situation where the best player in the game might be in the ABA, like Dr. J was back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You don't want the best players to be split. You want to be able to say at the end of the AUSL season, we are the champions. We're the best league.
yeah.
Then you can't say that when you have somebody like Jocelyn Allo, like y'all ain't play against me.
Yeah,
So
or like Janae Jefferson. Like you have a lot of like Olympic well, I guess technically Olympics are still a couple years off, but like you have USA softball team members who are not in AUSL because they're playing for other teams, like Janae Jefferson. And like, come, like I just feel like we need. And I know it's early. I'm very excited for where AUSL is, but it's just
or even get
everyone's
to a point
so
where
all over the place.
yeah, or get to the point of this is how it starts. Like the NFL used to do before the Super Bowl, the world champions. NFL plays against the AFL.
Hmm.
So you'll have like the ASL, USL champion
Yeah,
go against their champion.
that's true. That would be
That's
smart.
how you can figure out how like we're the ultimate champion or whatever. Like we're the true number ones of all of this.
True. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Mhm.
All right, I got one more question for you.
All
When you're running your next half marathon,
right. I have no idea, but and I'll let you hold me to this. I am thinking of signing up for the New York City Marathon for 2026. So that means I have to run a couple more, I think I have to do one more half marathon to qualify and then like a couple other like shorter races. So we'll see.
oh, you have to like do stuff to qualify for that?
You do. I think like you have to apply. I mean, you have to apply to for the New York City Marathon. And then you have to have a qualifying time that will allow you to run.
Yo, listen, I run. I'm getting back into running. Like I ran every day this month. I'm about to rest it.
Oh.
My legs are cooked. I run a 5K.
Mhm.
I couldn't imagine doing that four more times.
It's not even that bad. Okay, I will say the
Cut it
10
out. Cut
The
it out.
10K wasn't terrible. The half marathon, like my legs were definitely dead like the day after. But I think once you hit like mile 10, you're like, oh, I only have a 5K left essentially to go.
Yeah. I I've ran a half marathon just for myself.
Yeah.
This was so long ago. I feel you though, because when I did do it, that's how I got to the half marathon.
Yeah.
I literally did 10 miles and I was like, I can do some more.
Yeah. It's
But
the first 10 that are terrible, and then the last three, it's like, oh, okay.
that sounds crazy to even say
Yeah.
though. Hey, the first 10 miles running, that's tough.
Awful.
Then after that, you're good. It's
Yeah.
just
And it's like not even the whole 10, it's like the middle, like from 6 to 10. That's like absolutely terrible.
what what's going through your mind mile 6 through 10?
Oh my God, can I stop and turn around?
But then you gone so far, you turn around,
Exactly.
you did it.
Can I stop? Is there a shortcut?
What made you want to do that? Run a half marathon.
Oh, okay. So what happened is, and all my friends joke about this. We're like, oh, we're turning 30. It's like the 30, like turning 30 tax. Everybody starts picking up hobbies and running.
Okay.
But when I was living in Texas, I joined a run club and I hated it. I really just joined because I wanted friends. Like, and I moved to a new city and was like out there, which I made great friends. They kept trying to convince me to run. They loved running. And then they ran what's called Beach to Bay, which is like a relay marathon. And I was like, I was the cheer girl. I was like, I'm just here for fun. I'll be the personality hire. Like I brought the drinks and like I was there. Then when I moved back to New York, I was like, well, I mean, I didn't hate running like like I will surprise anyone who played softball with me because I absolutely hated running anything more than 60 feet at a time or 180 or whatever, like or
Yeah.
240. Like I hated running anything more than that. So it's just yeah, or well, I guess it's 180. But like we had a timed mile that we had to run when I was playing in college, and I would throw up after every single time we do this. Yeah, so me running a half marathon now would surprise everyone who's ever played with me. But something just like I was like, well, I just I just wanted to like get out there. Like I love going to the gym. I love like Pilates, all the girly things. But something about running and like seeing how far you ran is like ticks a box in my brain. That's really nice. And
Nah,
that's really how I ended up
nah, for sure.
deciding to run.
It's something about running. I couldn't imagine running in New York. Um, yeah, it's way too busy for me. But
What's funny is I love it. I personally, people always say this because you can run along the highway, like there's running tracks. I will run through the street. Like I'll run on the blocks. Like I'm not going all the time to run like a path in
No, no. I need me a good trail. I'm a trail guy.
a trail.
In the South though, so it's different. It's different. Give me a good
You're
trail.
also a dude. I just feel like it's easier to not have to worry about like getting kidnapped or like
Touche. Touche. That's an issue that can happen. Hey, keep the mace, you know,
absolutely.
mace,
Absolutely.
maybe
Mhm.
even a blicky, back up. No, I'm messing with you, but all right. I appreciate you being on. Is there anything you want to say to the people?
No, I mean, watch some softball. There's a ton on. You got AUSL. You can watch non-AUSL games like WPF and those games on YouTube. And yeah, catch some softball.
Catch some softball. Hey, I don't got much to say. I
Yeah.
appreciate everybody who listens. I appreciate you for being on, being on again. I think you're the first return guest I've had so far.
Oh, I'm honored. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you, getting me into softball. I got to figure out a time me and you and Deuce can get on talk because y'all be killing me with the stats. Um, but yeah, I just love it, man. Shout out to everybody who's listening. Y'all keep subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. And I'm gonna say this every time. If you comment on my post, I comment back. I'm Kevin Durant. If you don't want anything said to you, take your ass to Bleacher Report. Hey man, it's talking game. Peace.